Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have some oranges. Well, look at that. Ain't that a green or unripe orange, a half-ripe one, and a pretty ripe one? Well, actually no. And where does the name orange actually come from? Well, very easy. Pretty much everybody will tell you it comes from the color of the ripe fruit, which is completely wrong. Completely wrong. Well, actually, the color orange, the name of the color orange, which kind of refers to everything with an orange color, comes from the color of the ripe fruit. But ripe oranges aren't orange. So why is the color orange named after the oranges? Oh God, so confusing. Well, the name orange actually comes from Sanskrit through several Indian languages and Arabic and so on, and then Romanic languages like Portuguese, Spanish and Italian. However, in many European countries the orange is also called appelsine or Apfelsine or other versions, which basically means apple of China, which is not that wrong. Of course it's not an apple, but it comes from China. Well, let's start at the beginning. What is an orange? Where does wild orange grow? There are several trees which are being dubbed the wild orange, but they are not wild oranges. There is no wild orange. The orange doesn't exist in the wild. It's a hybrid of pomelo and mandarin, which got created in China sometime thousands of years ago. And even this is not completely true, because it's at least two different hybrids of pomelo and mandarin. Oh yeah, it's getting more and more complicated. Well, during the Middle Ages, the Arabs introduced the bitter orange or sour orange to Europe. And from the 11th century on, you could find it in places like Greece, Italy, Spain, Portugal. And then Vasco da Gama came around. Went to India and wrote that the oranges in India are highly superior to the ones he found in Europe. And of course he immediately brought them back. Yeah, so around the end of the 15th century, the Portuguese brought the sweet orange to Europe. I mean, even the sour orange was a big jump in quality from the citron, which was even well known in Europe in Roman times. Yeah, I mean, the Costa Amalfitana south of Naples is quite famous for its citrons nowadays, but even in wall paintings in Pompeii you can find citron, which is basically a citrus fruit with a very nice and aromatic skin, but the inside is more or less like a not very high quality lemon. So yeah, first the Europeans encountered the citron, then the sour or bitter orange, and then the sweet orange. And then the dynasty of Orange got into power. They came from a town in southern France, which is called Orange even to this day. And because southern France was like the northernmost place where you could cultivate oranges outdoors, and they got imported into most of France and Central Europe from the town of Orange. Yeah, the name of the dynasty kind of got merged with the name of the fruit. And then because this color was so unique, I mean, Romans or medieval Europeans didn't know the color orange. I guess for them this was maybe a pale red or a saturated yellow, or maybe, yeah, whatever, something of that kind. Only after this fruit showed up in Europe, the color orange was noticed by European people. Because my phone doesn't like the color orange, here I've brought you a flower which is bright orange, even brighter than the average orange. And so yeah, the fruit got introduced to southern France, it got the name of orange. Then later somebody named the color orange. yeah, the dynasty of Orange kind of got very much in love with this color. And centuries later, the Dutch, which were ruled by the dynasty of Orange at that time, even bred orange carrots. They were not orange before. But let's go back to the orange. Despite the fact that the color orange comes from the fruit orange, the vast majority of oranges are never orange. Actually, maybe 80-90% of the oranges in the world, maybe even more, 95% of the oranges in the world, stay green or a pale yellow. How come? Well, you know, southern France is at the climatic limit of orange production, and even the whole Mediterranean is not the best place for orange production. Those dry summers and wet winters are actually very bad for citrus production. And the cold winters, well, okay, the oranges don't mind the Mediterranean cold too much, but the Mediterranean cold, like temperatures around freezing point, are good for one thing, for the bright orange color. That's why all those southern oranges, Brazil is the biggest producer of oranges. I think about 80% of world's oranges come from Brazil. Brazilian oranges are not orange. They are green. Oranges only get orange in cold areas. Basically, you need at least a couple hours until under 13 degrees Celsius for the chlorophyll to get dissolved, destroyed, and the orange carotenoids to shine, literally. You get this in Mediterranean winters, even in autumn in the Mediterranean. But in the tropics, you basically never get this. But you will say, wait, we have Brazilian oranges in our supermarket, and they are bright orange. Yeah, unfortunately, they are being made orange with ethylene gas, which actually destroys a lot of the quality of the fruit, a lot of the healthiness of the fruit. But merchants, yeah, they can live with it. Lower quality fruit, a smaller problem for them than worse colored fruit. Who will buy a green orange just because you tell them that it's healthier than an orange, that the orange is made orange with noxious chemicals? Maybe a few eco-freaks, but almost everybody wants an orange. Almost everybody is used to an orange. So you treat the green oranges when they come from warm countries or when they are harvested in summer in cooler countries. You treat them with harmful chemicals and they become orange. In Europe even, there is a law. You can actually not sell green citrus fruit in Europe. It is explicitly allowed to treat them with chemicals, with ethylene, to make them orange or yellow. In case of the lemons, you are not allowed to sell this stuff, but you are allowed to poison it and to destroy its nutritional value with chemicals in order to make it orange. Ain't that crazy? Well, here on the island of Gran Canaria, where I am, there are a couple small farmers who sell more or less directly to small merchants, and so a lot of oranges escaped this fate. And I got all those 3 oranges from one single box, so they are from the same farm. I don't know if they are from the same tree. And they represent pretty much the color range you can find here. Look, a pale green orange, a yellow orange, and a more or less orange. And if you look inside, they all look ripe. They all look kind of yellow. This here looks a little bit less yellow, but this could be to the fact that a lot of the light comes through the green skin, because the skin is a bit translucent, and so the inside color is less bright. But they're all perfectly ripe. I guess they must be from different trees, because this one is pretty bumpy, this one is really smooth, and this one is smooth but has a very thick skin. So yeah, they are definitely from the same box. So they are almost 99% sure from the same orchard. They could be from different trees. Now let's try those 3 oranges. Let's start with the one that looks green. It's totally ripe. It's not extremely sweet, but it is ripe and sweet. Definitely ripe enough. The yellow one is much sweeter. It's even more aromatic. This one is about as sweet as the yellow one, but not aromatic. Well, I mean, I cannot exclude the possibility that this was picked half ripe because, of course, when a fruit does not change color when it gets ripe, it's a little bit tricky. I mean, here they do change color, kind of. Some of them do change color, some don't. We are here in a subtropical climate. Despite the fact that it looks quite desert-like around here and there are cacti and palms and everything, we have seasons. If those are from a mountain orchard, they could have gotten under 13 degrees. Otherwise, even in the tropics, some of the oranges turn kind of yellowish or orange. It's also not impossible that they were treated with ethylene gas. Yeah, so the green one is definitely not as ripe as the yellow and the orange one in this case, but especially in the tropics I've had a lot of totally green oranges which were perfectly ripe. So in this case, yeah, in this case, really the ripe looking fruit are more ripe than the green one, but I guess if I had chosen another green orange, maybe it would have been as sweet as this. Or maybe because those already changed color, the green one is really not that ripe. I don't know. Tell me your opinion. Here on the island of Gran Canaria. Oh, hello Piggy. How are you? You fine? Nah, the oranges are not for you. Sorry. Don't bite me, please. Well, here on the island of Gran Canaria, it seems that you can find all the colors in orchards. And actually, when I look around the orchards, pretty much all the oranges, like 90%, are this yellow color. They are not orange, they are not green, they are yellow. So tell me, what do you think on an island like Gran Canaria, where the coastal areas seldom, very rarely get temperatures under 15 degrees? What would be the natural color of a totally ripe orange? Would it be green, yellow, or orange? Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful island of Gran Canaria and its cute little piggies. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.